Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Bergmann. We're going to be moving into November tonight, and heck, we might move further than that. And I'll have to see what we end up with. Just got done cultivating our cornfield that we harvested last live stream. And now we're going to move into exactly what is on the thumbnail. The money laundering. We've got some dirty money we need to get cleaned up. And for everyone that was oh so concerned, yes indeed, I did refuel the tractor. No worries there. So we have some literal dirty money in compost, and we're going to convert it to clean money. Because quite honestly, we really don't have that much need for it at this point in time. Before the pre-show, we were talking about the Allegheny map. Apparently it was pulled, but it was pulled because the map author requested it be pulled. A asset was found to have been used without authorization, and I guess the map author wishes to make good on that asset author. Sometimes that happens because, well, it's difficult to track down who did something. And, well, after you spend a fair amount of time trying to figure it out, you have the choice to make: either include it or not include it. The map author obviously elected to include it. The author of that asset came forward, so that is being cleared up. Rabid Rob of the F variety is here. The farming Rob, welcome. Waylon, good evening. Everyone else that we greeted in chat earlier, good evening to you all as well. So anyone playing this map wants to know, the market here, well, it accepts compost. $45 per 1,000 letries. And you may say to yourself, well, where does it accept compost? Does it accept it here? No. Does it accept it here? No. How about here? No. Maybe over here at the greenhouses? No. And no. Well, where on earth? Where on earth could it possibly be accepted? Oh, inside of here. Yes. This buddy, this guy, he's going to accept your compost. Well, obviously you can't sell it in bulk. So if you don't have it bagged, you're not going to be able to sell it there. You're going to have to find an alternate location. And that's where we're going now. Oh, come on. We just got rolling. There, let me express my discomfort with that. Oh no, they closed. Well, shoot. When did these guys close? They closed at 5 o'clock. Alright, well, we'll just have to come back tomorrow. Guess what? Guess what? I got carrots. I've been wondering a long time, where's my carrots at? Well, here they finally spawned. Oh, are you taking a swim, little chick? All right. All right, let's fill this up with a little bit of compost. Top that off. Put it back. We gotta wait till 10 o'clock anyway. That's when the land market opens up. Bergness, good evening. I see the island has not melted. There we go, we'll load that up. Camo 09. Well, I mean, if you're still enjoying FS22, by all means. Keep enjoying it. Okay. Drop that off. While we're down here, let's tend to our bees. Get this thing rocking and rolling again. Oh, the question was should. Well, yeah, we already addressed that. You know, if FS19 is still scratching that itch, then just let it keep scratching it. But I will tell you, now is a great time to pick it up. It's fairly mature at this point as far as release goes. Tons of mods, tons of maps out there. Endless variety. You can almost say it's the most, maybe it's the best time to buy it because it's going to be, you're going to be able to save the most money with respect to picking things up. If you're someone that often picks up bonus content, then you have the premium expansion, and the premium expansion is basically everything released to date minus the straw harvest pack. There we go. Alright, this has weeds. Does it not? Oh, it does indeed. It does indeed. Okay. Almost. Almost. Alright, let's... jump in our weeder and let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh, I know now why this one didn't have weeds yesterday. Because it's basically a month behind the other field. You get off to work. And while you are weeding, let's go ahead and sell our compost. We're not going to get a ton of money, but we will get some cash out of this dirt. Bellhawk, what is up? Good evening to you, sir. Not a lot of money. But when you only have $1,000, another $1,000 is double your money. So in that instance, we doubled our money. We are back on the Berg, the Hof of the Berg. We keep coming back to this map because it just keeps getting better with every update. And I guess the big question is, will there be a fall update? And I think that might have to do with that might have to do as if there's an announcement from the Giants. Alright, this is ready to cut. Oh, China? Is that where we are? The Chinese Grand Prix? I think I saw a video today about the weekend warm-up. Schultz, I don't know if you've been checking the fantasy league. I haven't. I don't know if we had anybody else sign up for that or not. That's what I did. Set it and forget it. Now, I thought this would bag my compost, but we tried it yesterday and it didn't. Or at least I couldn't unload the auger into it. We're also waiting for that silage to come due. Once that silage is due, we'll be able to make TMR for our cows. Get their health up. Or should I say our bulls. I think we made a whopping 45 bucks off of them yesterday. I think I'm looking forward to the barn production pack coming because we have those little milk, but I think they would fit good here on the farm. Farmer G, did I miss something? Oh no, I need to check something here. Did they not run the Chinese Grand Prix last year? What do you mean they haven't run ground effects cars there? Oh, they said there was a great demand here, but I hoped it was going to be compost. But it was not. Yeah, no, I'm not missing anything. I don't know what's pumps and hoses, straw harvest is a mod. What's that? Okay. Was last year caught off due to what was the caught off for last year? Or just were they not in China? I know the Italian Grand Prix didn't happen, right? That was flooding. Or was it at a different track? Oh, even in 23 it was COVID. Oh, this thing has great reach. Oh, wow, seriously. No, I have a feeling that it's not completely empty. So Compost is not black gold like it is on some maps. Not here. So a little funny story, I'll tell you. Tonight I got home from work. I pick up my kid from school, and he gets out of the car. And the little backstory is last week he mowed the lawn for the very first time ever, and he mowed about a quarter of it, and then wanted me to finish it off. So okay. First time ever I'll let him do it. Well, he looks at the grass and he's like amazed, like, what? I just cut that a couple days ago. Why is it so tall already? And I said, well, you're gonna have to cut it every week at this point. That's what we have to do in the summertime. He's like, but in the winter, like, you don't have to cut it at all. I say, no, it doesn't grow in the winter. It's too cold. It's grass. It's a gift that keeps on giving. All right, let's go see how our workers doing on the weeds. I feel like they've given up. I don't have much luck with workers and weeds. Well, I was surprised because last Saturday we get home from a afternoon birthday celebration with his sister, and I say, man, someone really needs to mow their lawn tomorrow. And he pipes up and says, I can do it. And I just about fell out of the car. I'm like, okay, that's great. I can show you how to mow the grass. And then after last weekend, I said, how about this? Next week, you mow the whole front. You mow the whole front of the yard, and I'll pay you $5. Oh, okay. Is that what I said, Farmer G? It was like there was such a delay. I didn't make that association. Yeah, pumps and hoses is paid. Straw harvest is free. I was like looking through chat. I'm like, I don't see anything talking about that. Then YouTube likes to default to top chat. I don't really know what the difference between top chat and live chat is. So I thought maybe I missed a comment. Well, it doesn't look like this helper got very far at all. I'm glad you did the absolute minimum of going down and back. Alright, while we're doing that, let's check. Nope. Nope. No. 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 What? I mean, maybe. 36. Oh, it's back up here. What do you think? Should we take that contract or not? $13,600. And we gotta take it to the land market. Land market's down here. We'll do a poll. Hellhawk, I have not watched that. I can't tell you what the last show I watched was. Does it have as big of an appeal to someone that never played Fallout? I think Fallout originally came out when I was not in the gaming modes. There was a fairly long period of time where I was not in not into console gaming or PC gaming. And I feel like Fallout was during that time frame. And there's only 8 episodes, is that right? I paid this guy $35 to go down to a field and turn around back. I see we're 100% on the soybean contract. Looks like we're going to be doing beans once we get done our weeding. I feel like streaming companies haven't caught on in that when you release everything at once, people can binge watch it, obviously. Just watch all of them over a weekend, and then they can just cancel the service. Or they can just pay for 1 month of service and watch everything they want to watch, and then go away for a year. If they just draw it out longer. Right, but I feel there's plenty of folks that just they buy Disney Plus, watch whatever, and then when they're done watching that, they just turn it off, cancel it, wait till the next thing comes out they want to watch, pick it up again, cancel it. Yeah, there's been you know, there's been folks that would, like with things on HBO, they'd wait till you were pretty good way through a season and then start watching it. We used to do that at work. Over the summer, we would watch We would watch shows at lunch. And we might watch, let's say, all of I don't know, the Lower Decks. We watched that up until recently when we got out of the habit of doing it. And we would watch the Lower Decks, but we would wait until there was several episodes out, and then we'd watch them, you know, 5 days, 5 episodes a week. That was probably the last time I watched anything with any regularity. This is when GPS would be really, really useful. All right, 15 votes, 93% say yes. Do it. All righty. We're gonna borrow the items. Sugar beets, red beets, corn, carrots, and the sunflowers. Oh, GoldenEye, sad news. Wrong. There's no potato contracts available. Oh, are there ads on, are there ads in the show, or is it, Amazon put breaks in? You know, remember back in the day when an hour-long movie show was like 45 minutes, 50 minutes long? Now an hour-long show is more like 35 minutes long. Seth, you need to use something like NVIDIA Surround if you want to use more than one monitor. And NVIDIA Surround basically tells your graphics card to merge two displays as if they were a single. Typically it's used for triple monitor setups, but you can do it with a double monitor setup as well. I mean, that would put the bezel right in the middle of your vision, though. Right? So imagine a bezel like right smack dab in the middle of your vision. If you don't have an NVIDIA card, then I don't know what you would use. I assume that AMD has that option somewhere. The only time I watch TV is when we are traveling, honestly. And then I end up watching Discovery or History Channel. And heaven forbid if I turn on History Channel and that Forged in the Fire comes on, then I'm done. There's nothing else happening for the rest of the day. I don't know. Dude's making knives out of just random metal. That is indeed Burgess, a U.S. thing. I didn't know about that until I watched IT Crowd, which is a British show, and there was like 5 episodes, and like the season's over. I'm like, what? What? How's it over already? Like British TV is like a lot of different series and just a few episodes each. But these really long seasons that go for 9-10 months, that's like a US thing. Farm Sim will, by default, only render on your primary monitor, unless you do something like NVIDIA Surround, which fools your computer into thinking that it's only got one monitor. All right, let's get on with the contract. I don't think they'll be announcing it in a week. Gone. The reason I don't think they're going to be announcing anything in a week is because we have the farm production pack coming out in just a few weeks. A week and a half, basically. A little under a week and a half. I don't think they're going to announce anything until that comes out. But yes, you are correct. They announced FS22 in April of 2021. And lots of us, myself included, feel the announcement is inevitable. All the signs point to an announcement. We just like to get it over already. Yeah, Java Mud, it's still only going to show on one. Unless you use something like NVIDIA Surround. So I have 3 monitors hooked up to my card, and I have the center monitor set as my primary, and that's the one that Farm Sim launches on. The only way to have it render on more than one would be the NVIDIA Surround it. And at that point, your computer thinks it has one monitor that's just twice as wide as a single monitor because it's basically merged the two together. and you do some math. You tell it how big your bezels are, and then it does some fancy rendering to basically try to eliminate the bezels. But of course, you still see them. Scooter's Workbench, what is up? What is up? Well, Hellhawk, I reserve judgment until I've had an opportunity to take a look at it. I think, like in our case with this gameplay, where we're doing a legitimate economy, we're not like trying to cheat a bunch of money in just to buy whatever we want. I could very much use some low-cost passive income things, like the little windmills that they talked about. I don't know how expensive the solar panels will be with the little solar cleaning robot, but you know, passive income is always a good thing. Really looking forward to the Lily Sphere system. It's a real-life system that is used to capture ammonia from your cows, or pigs for that matter. And then with the introduction of acid, convert that ammonia into basically a liquid fertilizer. Oops. Wrong way. But I just don't think they're going to announce a new game before they release something that they've already announced. All right. Who knows? We need to look and see when is the well, when's the 25th? So the 25th is next Thursday. May 25th is out of the question. That's a Saturday. June 25th is a Tuesday. Although that's too darn close to FarmCon. July 25th is a Thursday. I mean, when FS22 came out, they played with 22 a lot. As far as like a numerology thing. So we'll see. Have they announced things on Thursday before? I have not tried that, Scooter. I don't have a webcam. So yeah, I don't know what the am I going the wrong way? No, I'm on the right way. We'll have to see what the payout per month is. And then how many months it's going to take to pay off or pay back. But I mean, honestly, Scooter, it would look like this half the time. Or I'd have to zero it out so this was really this, but then when I actually look straight, it would be looking this way. Because chat is just to the left of center. I think what he's meaning is number of months to pay it off is what I'm thinking. Right, so we go here. So $648 a month. $8,000 a month. Right, so it's $648. It's going to take a year to pay off. Yeah, I don't want to plant that. So 93,500 divided by. This one will take 10 months to pay off. This one's 11.5 months. $11 months on that one. And 11 months on that one. Alright, Go Gaming. Catch you later. So hopefully the new generators will have a shorter profit pay period. But I'm really interested in the Lily Sphere for liquid fertilizer production. Liquid fertilizer is fairly expensive in game. So if you have cows, the ability to potentially make all that you need, or potentially to make more than you need and sell it back. And then the idea that since you are capturing the ammonia, it's basically making the air quality around the farm better. So I think it's a really cool real-life technology. I mean, the place will sell points, you know, that's fine. The giant warehouse, that's fine. I'll probably never use the giant warehouse beyond showing it off to folks. I mean, I don't place them now with much regularity, but if what Scooter says is right with respect to them being variable, then yeah, then your payoff is even longer. It's definitely a long man's game. Although we've had like videos like the Spiffing Brit put a hilarious video out where he basically just put down generators. Didn't do a lick of farming and just put down generators. And then as he had enough money, put down another generator. And basically made millions of dollars just putting down generators. Right? Well, we all know that that's possible. It wasn't a grand reveal of an economic exploit. But his ramblings while he was doing it is what was so funny. And of course, if you play on easy, then the payback is a lot faster. Because on easy, you get more money per day or per month. The prices I showed should have been hard. Economy. So we'll see. We'll have to see how the revenue streams look versus the costs. I was really hoping that we would get fact sheets for this pack. And then last Friday came none. Usually, if we're lucky, we'll get fact sheets the day before. Well, we didn't get any fact sheets Thursday before last week. I didn't get any fact sheets this week, today. But I was holding out hope that there would still be a fact sheet drop. There's been times that Giants has not delivered us fact sheets, and basically we find out about them when they go live. There's times where we might get 3 hours notice of a fact sheet before the embargo drops. And on a good week, we get them, 24 hours or so ahead of time. But it sounds like they're not going to be doing fact sheets for this pack. And I don't know if it's because really there aren't that many vehicles or implements, if there are any. or if it's because it's a collaborative effort between Giants and Dutch Modding Incorporated. But I was hoping they would have fact sheets to have more information about the buildings. Like the cost per windmill, the revenue income options per windmill. Because I like to play on hard, I like to have it be a little bit of a grind. There are, of course, creators that play on easy, just so that there's ample money always rolling in. This field shouldn't take too long, though. We know the new pack comes with 20 buildings or implements, items, machines. I think it was 20 buildings and machines. Oh, Hellhawk, I do not. Do not know. I very rarely keep too much up with the Mod Hub releases on a regular basis. I'll scan the Mod Hub to see if there's a map. And if I don't see a map, then I typically just do a very cursory look at other things. There's over 6,200 mods on the Mod Hub. And on any one given day, I download 0 of them. Unless it's a map. I mean, that extended pastures mod, that one looks really sweet. I wanted to do a video on it, but that was when Giants was dropping maps like crazy. And by the time I finally had time to look at it, it's been out for so long now, it's kind of old news. Did we not have something like that drop? Let me go look. Maybe it's not what you're talking about. I feel like something dropped like that this week. Thought the utility markings one was interesting. Ah, this one. rent your stables, which was not what I thought it would be. But it looks like it's a placeable where you just put things down and you get income as a result. So one of them is like parked cars. You put parked cars in your shed and then suddenly you're making money. Or you put down some garden products and suddenly you're making money because you're a storage for a garden center or something. I thought it was for if you had, like, let's say a horse pen on your farm and you didn't have any horses in it, then you could rent your stables, literally. Oh, that's what you mean. A place where parked vehicles go. And parked in the sense of you can't tab to them. I guess the last mod that I downloaded was actually yesterday. I downloaded that forage harvester that we used. It was this one. Plus Jaguar 820-880 mod. It came out quite a long time ago, but I felt that it fit this this map fairly well because it was an older model. Well, I would argue that it's 2 out of 4 seasons don't use harvesters. Because here we're harvesting in summer, and here we're harvesting in autumn. Now, if you have popular, you could be using a forage harvester year-round. But, yeah. Now, would it work where you just park a vehicle in that area and it disables tabbing because it's within that area? Pull it out of that area and then tabbing suddenly works again? I don't know, maybe there's an illustrious scripter that's watching that would be willing to take that project on. Oh my gosh, it's like I can't find the contract. But I do think it is inevitable that something new is coming out this fall. We're in April. We haven't had anything released for the game, really, content-wise, other than mods since last November. So basically 6 months has gone by. They announced FarmCon super early, as we've said earlier. So why announce it super early unless you know it's going to be a big event? Alright. I was looking at this distance scenery the other night. I thought how nice it looked. Now the near distance scenery, not so much from here, but the far distance scenery looks really good. And depending on your angle, right, that could be all that you see. Because they're right up here at the edge of the map. So if you drive a vehicle up to the trigger, does it like jump inside? I mean, part of what I think makes this storage mod, or storage in general, at least it was this way with the GTX storage, is when you put something in storage, it didn't actually move it there. Visually, it just rendered a low poly representation of what was in storage. But the bale or pallet wasn't actually being rendered in its full resolution. So it helped with respect to systems that would struggle with a bunch of bales on the field or a bunch of pallets in screen. I can only assume that's how kind of the Giants storage also works. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty interesting idea. Be interested if someone has the know-how on how to make that work. I mean, I think there is a XML value that says something like is tabbable or something like that. Maybe I'm wrong. We've seen maps where we can use vehicles, but we can't tab into them. Typically, they're set up to be owned by the shop, where they're usable but not tabbable in some way. But they also don't appear in your garage. There we go. So I think you'd still want them appearing here as owned items. Genetic J, what is up? What is up? We have our cherry orchard over there. Not a lot going on, huh? All right, we're at 49%. Let's see if we can get all the way back over there and up by the trailer before we get full. Then we can hire a helper just to go up and down and up and down. Run this load of beans down to the sell point. Tell you what though, I could use some rain here. I mentioned at the start of the stream, pollen is getting bad. Or it's got a nasty coating of grain dust that sticks everywhere. Oh, I don't know. We're only at 54%. Oops. I was trying to change the cruise control speed. I don't have the speed sync mod in. That would have been super easy. All right, let's go. We're definitely not going to get the rest of this field in on this trailer. Question is, how much money are we going to make above and beyond the contract? Right? DJ, welcome back. We're gonna make it all the way down to town. Well, I was looking at the grapes. I thought maybe they were flatter terrain as well. I think they look about the same. I did miss the mod contest. I asked them about that in 22, when it would typically have come out. And they basically said that there wasn't enough time. They had a lot of schedules, a lot of announcements going on, and they weren't able to fit it in. But I enjoyed the mod contest in 17 and 19. For those that don't know what we're talking about, there was a mod contest that Giants would put on the summer after the game was released for FS 17 and 19. And there were various categories that a mod could be submitted to, mod or map, and there were prizes, of course, that came with those contest submissions. 11 and 15 also. So there would be maps, there were mods by new mod authors, there were classic vehicle mods, and everything. Farm Sim 17's mod contest winner overall was Seasons. I don't know, remember who the mod contest winner overall was in 19. I mean, that's something that they could have done for this year. I'm still thinking maybe it's still a possibility if we don't get an announcement. Maybe in May you get an announcement that there's a mod contest going on, and the winners will be awarded at FarmCon just 2 months later. Not a lot of time to work on anything of any great significance. But ultimately, you know, toward the end of the game's life cycle, you get better mods coming out than you do early on. And with the mod contest really being the summer after the game release, it's still very, very early in the overall game's life cycle. So things are still being learned, things are still being figured out. A mod contest now, no doubt toward the end of something's life cycle, really could produce some really great products. But like I said, 2 months is really not a lot of time to put into something. Definitely not a lot of time to put into a map. And then one of the map categories was to basically reproduce an area as exacting as possible to the real life area. That's where the horse aggravation map came from. There was a similar map in 17 that was used. I feel if that was going to happen this year, it should have been announced in like March. Turkey, this is not sugarcane. This is soybeans. We've already laundered all of our money. You missed that. No, this was dirty money. This was dirt. We sold our dirt to someone else. All our dirt, we had a bunch of compost. And we got rid of it. Oh, Kingdom Come Deliverance was on sale. Did you see the announcement I put in for Kingdom Come 2? I thought you'd already have owned that. Delilah, good evening. We've given it away a few times. It's been free, I think, on Epic. We're bringing this over here because we're going to use this to empty our silage pit. Almost. Almost done. I guess it's on Steam. What's it priced at? Let's see. $5.99. Royal Edition is indeed $7.99. Or the entire collective bundle, $12.79. That's over on Steam. I I feel like I got it on Epic when it was free. I mean, I would like to have more time to play Medieval Dynasty. I started it, but as with so many other things, there's just not enough time in the day. One day I won't work anymore and I'll just be able to play games all day. Isn't that everyone's ultimate goal? Delilah, good evening, if I didn't say hello earlier. %, done. It's looking good. Well, I would say the worst part of work is the time involved. Right, if there was less time involved, it wouldn't be so bad. I heard a little bit about it, but I didn't watch any videos or read too much about it. It's good to see that they're still heavily patching, even though they've basically announced, hey, we're done with that, we're gonna move on. We're actively planning on moving on. But still, they're actively still very heavily maintaining. I think lots of studios would say, okay, thanks, we grabbed our cash. We're done, we'll check it out. You have the final release. How many more endings do you really want? I mean, that's one I would come back to again and play through a character that I hadn't played through yet. Yeah, that's been a running theory from some others as well. Or it could be just something completely different. I mean, there's lots of games in that general genre that I wanna experience. I enjoyed the original Baldur's Gate. I played a bit of Baldur's Gate 2, I recall. I don't know how far I got into that. There's that Icewind Dale I haven't played any of. There's several others. Oh, like a proper Star Wars RPG? Not that whole Knights of the Republic one? I don't think Disney would let anybody screw that up other than themselves. I just don't see Disney doing anything actually useful with that. Artemis, good evening. Good evening. Neverwinter Nights, that's another one, right? Neverwinter Nights. But the video I published earlier today about Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, that one looks really neat, really interesting. Yeah, we were talking earlier that Larian keeps pushing out patches, keeps improving the product, even though they basically announced that we're done. Now we're done with the Baldur's Gate franchise, right? We're moving on to something else, something bigger, something even more grand. Yet they keep pumping out these patches, these updates, adding more endings, fixing little bugs here and there. And I was saying that there's plenty of other studios that would take their cash and run at that point and say, okay, we're done. We're moving on to the next project, right? I think I saw a news press that they obtained Game of the Year across all the major Game of the Year awards. Like the first time in a long time that a single game has won Game of the Year across every Game of the Year award. I don't know, I get a chuckle every time I see the CEO in his suit of armor. That's just so hilarious. All right, almost done. Almost done. Yeah, Tuki was talking about he just picked up Kingdom Come Deliverance, and I was saying I thought he'd already owned that. It's a title I want to play. I have. Add that to the endless list of games I have. Pretty sure I have it on Epic. I probably... No, I'm not logged into Epic, so I can't look it up right now. As I said, coming this year, 2024. Right, so they must be pretty far along. I think they mentioned 5 hours of cutscenes. Good morning, David. Oh, hold on. Maybe this will tell me. Maybe this will tell me where I got it from. Uh-oh, hold on. This is what happens when you're looking at some other screen. Oh, Fallout 1, Fallout 2, Fallout 3, Fallout Tactics, no, Fallout 4. Okay, cool. There it is. Yep, Epic Games. It was available for free at Epic Games at some point. I remembered I had Launchbox installed on this system, and I had imported all the games from all the launchers. And I looked earlier for it in the start menu, and it's not there. It's in your profile. Fallout 76 is free to Amazon Prime customers, redeemed off the Microsoft Store. So if you're an Amazon Prime customer, then get it from there for $0.00. Yeah, 76 is all online. DJ, no, I do not. Do not farm all day. I have a regular day job. I went to redeem the Amazon copy on the Microsoft Store, and the Microsoft Store said I already owned it, which I thought was odd. I think the only Fallout I don't have is 4. Let's roll. Let's make some money. DJ, I manage technology at a local university. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing just stopping in the middle of the road? It sounds like they've already picked up season 2. So hopefully they do the season 2 and it's a good carry on. It's not like lingering off into nothing. Sometimes show will have a really strong season 1, and then season 2 will just show up and it'll be like, did they get a whole new writing team? Because this is completely wrong. What, Tookie, you mean you can have an online game and not have to go around shooting people? Oh, Fallout Mobile? Does it have a bunch of microtransactions? Here we go, here we go, here we go. Show me the money. Why are you not showing me any money? There we go. Well, that was not as profitable as I hoped. $14,000, $15,000. Not too terrible bad. This will be ready tomorrow. Oh, no, come on. Let's finish it out by taking care of our bees again. And that's where we're going to finish it for the night. Tomorrow night, if we're lucky, we'll be over on our second channel, FK's Funhouse, doing our darndest to survive in Wreckfest. It's always a blast. Encourage you to go check that out. That's over at FK's Funhouse channel. Explanation FK Funhouse to get the link to that. Hope everyone has a good Friday. I mean, maps are fun and all, but when you get like 3 in one day, and then you get 2 the next day, it gets a little tiring. I'm gonna go ahead and finish collecting our honeycombs. Getting them in our spinner. Get some honey made. And I'll catch you all on the flip side. Until next time, happy farming.